Hello everyone and welcome, it's Eclectic Kelpie and this is Adult Colored Glasses, the show where I rewatch childhood media satirically and sincerely, and today we are going to be watching an episode of Pokemon, episode 61, The Misty Mermaid, in honor of 30 years of Pokemon! I am still obsessed with this series today. I still play the games. My very first game was on the Game Boy Advanced Fire Red and Leaf Green. I had both because when my mom was buying them, this was like a Christmas present when I was like, I don't even know, many years ago. But she didn't realize that they were the same game, just different variations. So there was the game exclusives in there. But so I had both Fire Red and Leaf Green. But I'm very excited for the the Pokemon Presents on Friday the 27th because we're getting Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch, and I'm so excited to play it again because it's literally childhood. That was my first Pokemon game. I've been obsessed with Pokemon since it first came out, so it's all very, very exciting. I was so ready for more Pokemon stuff. I really hope they also do an announcement for Gen 10. So obviously, today on Eclectic Kelpie, we had to do something Pokemon themed because it is the 30th anniversary of this piece of media, and it is just, it still holds up. I love it. It's so good. It's so fun. All of the components of Pokemon are just fantastic, and I'm a little bit of a Gen 1er, because I have so much nostalgia for it, so I know already that I'm going to really enjoy rewatching an episode of Pokemon from the original Indigo League series. And always, like, Misty, the reason why I picked the Misty Mermaid is because Misty was one of my favorite characters. I have so much in common with her. She has 3 older sisters. I'm the youngest of 4 sisters. She's a ginger. I'm a ginger. She loves water Pokemon. I love water Pokemon. Water was like my favorite type in Gen 1. That was like fire and water, but like water. Things have changed now. I have grown, but I still love a good water type. But yeah, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for all the new Pokemon stuff that's coming out, and it's crazy that it's been 30 years. So I'm very stoked. And I'm also so excited to see that the new Pokemon theme park has opened in Japan. I've been watching so many videos of walking through the Pokemon park where you can see all the statues of the Pokemon and going to the Pokemon Center. And oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with the original 151 pins, like the gacha pins. So I would love to go there someday because that would be fantastic. But yeah, oh my gosh, this is just going to be a fantastic day. I'm gonna have, like, no notes. Only good things. Most likely. Only good things. Because it's just, I just love it. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's dive into Pokemon, the Indigo League, the first ever season of Pokemon, episode 61, The Misty Mermaid. It actually, oh, man. Okay, immediately, like, this is the most iconic theme song. I think this is the childhood. Literally, Jason Page represents childhood with this theme song because it's just so iconic and it's just so like the heartwarming. It's the, oh my gosh, going off. I, for my whole life, wished Pokemon was real for so long because I feel like going on a Pokemon journey would just be like the best thing ever. But then I also think about, like, I don't think that I could battle. I don't think that I could do that in real life because it's essentially just dogfighting, you know? Like, it's essentially like, oh hey, I'm gonna like throw this animal at another animal until one of them passes out or like dies. I know they faint. I understand. I getcha. But to the point of exhaustion where they, like, physically can't get up, like, that's that's animal abuse in the real world. Obviously, the dynamics and physical capabilities are different. I getcha. I gotcha. I understand. However, I feel like Yeah, I don't think that I could battle in real life. Because I would feel bad. I would feel bad and I wouldn't want them to pass out and, like, I don't know. I'd be like a Pokemon adventurer. I would be like a Pokemon world vlogger. Yeah. I'd be like a Steve Irwin of Pokemon if I was in the Pokemon world. I would want to, like, go and just, like, vibe with them and be like a travel vlogger. Yes, that's what I would do with my Pokemon buddies, my team. Yeah. Because they're all just so cute. Oh, look at this. They're so good. It's so iconic. I just love it so much. And Pikachu! See, nobody can argue that anything other than Poochie is the best. Look at how cute! I just love him. The dream team. People can argue all they want. I know me and a friend were just talking today about this actually and who's the best like Ash companion, and she's so like Dawn is her favorite. Sorry, love you. Misty. Misty is the best. Misty is top tier. I love her. I love Ash and Misty's banter. They're so good. I also like Brock, although he has not aged well and he's very problematic. But as like the trio, this trio is the best. I will take no commentary. That is all. I was about to assert that Gary/Blue was the best rival. I don't know if that's actually true. Maybe in the games, Silver is really a good rival. I really like Gary. He's supposed to be an asshole. He's supposed to, like, it's supposed to be, like, yes, it's friendly rivalry, but it's the banter and it's the encouragement through, like, I'm gonna always be better than you, so let's push each other to be better, but in, like, it's kind of toxic, actually. It's kind of toxic. Another friend and myself are doing an egg lock for, Galar, Sword and Shield. And, we're, like, just about to start. We've gotten to the point now where we just have to, like, link up and then do the egg trades. And I kind of, like, that's the juxtaposition, because Hop is, like, your BFF, like, you guys actually are, like, friends. But, like, Blue or Gary, you're not actually friends, not even a little bit. Like, it's very antagonistic. The rivalry comes from the superiority asshole complex. Whereas, like, Hop, and then also, oh, I can't remember the Sun and Moon. Anyways, the Sun and Moon rival also is, like, very over-the-top friendly. And I feel like, yes, we love that. We want to foster, like, good, healthy rivalry and healthy relationship dynamics with kids, and that's the model. But, like, bring back the asshole rival. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of more fun. The banter. Smell you later, okay? But Gary's one of the top, I think. I love Squirtle so much. This is the silliest thing ever, though, and I just love it. I just think it's so fun. Because, obviously, like, Pikachu totally makes sense. Is, like, surfing on Pidgeotto. Great. I love that. Butterfree, amazing. Bulbasaur's got the Vine Whips going. That makes so much sense. Like, we love to see it. What's happening here? What's going on? What's happening with Squirtle? Why are we... What is Zubat doing? Zubat can't do anything, and Squirtle also can't do anything, so what is happening there? Insane. I feel like the animators were just like, it's for kids. They're fine. They're not gonna pay too much attention anyways. I just think it's absurd, but it's very funny. Look at Pikachu! See, this is what Pikachu is always meant to be. Just like a cuddly little guy. He's just a little guy. He's just so cute, and he looks squishable, and it's like, oh, you would want to, like, snuggle the little Pikachu. Oh, so good. And they're playing. Togepi and Pikachu are like, you know, having a little dance. Oh, so good. Okay, so I had this one and the Rapidash race episode, which I can't remember the title of that one, but the Misty Mermaid and the, like, big Pokemon race one, were ones that I had on VHS. So I watched these ones so often. These were like, those two were the go-to episodes. So this is like really special, actually. Oh man, like, this is one of the reasons why I love doing these rewatches, is because it's not just like rewatching the shows, like, see, like, oh, does it hold up, you know, like, there's so much like deep emotion that comes with some of these pieces of media and some of this content. It feels so much like, takes me back to my childhood living room and sitting there with my big Squirtle pillow, because I had the big Squirtle pillow, and just, you know, like, just enjoying watching an episode of Pokemon on a Saturday morning, and it just feels so special and happy, and I love it. And I'm so pleased. Also, controversial opinion, I love Seal. I love Dugong. I know that a lot of people say, like, oh, their designs are so basic, and how are they barely even Pokemon. First of all, Trubbish exists, and so does Vanillite. So if we want to talk about stupid designs, let's start with Gen 5. But I just think that they're like, I don't know, because also, like, there was only maybe 6 ice types in all of Gen 1, so each one of them is special, okay? And I like Seal and Dugong, because, again, I would have been a water trainer if, like, young Kelpie was 100% a water trainer. Adult Kelpie is, like, dark type, I think. I really like Umbreon, I really like Houndoom, I really like a lot of the dark types. I also like a lot of fire types, and I also like ice types, not gonna lie. And still water, obviously. But, like, I have a concept for a gym. I would totally do, like, a bard sort of a situation, and be in a theater, and have it be, like, a dark theater. And I don't know what the challenge would be, because obviously, like, well, I mean, in, like, early gens, it was just regular gym trainers, but in like, the newer generations, there's challenges, so I don't know what the challenge would be, necessarily. Maybe it would be put different Pokemon names in a Shakespearean rhyme in, like, prose. I don't know. That sounds very... that would be... I don't know about that, but, like, so something to do with that, and then, like, be, like, a dark-type gym trainer, because I feel like, obviously, like, Phantom of the Opera, like, ghost type would make more sense, would make sense with that, but I like a lot of dark type Pokemon, so, and obviously I'd want, like, Shiny Umbreon to be my ace, because I love Shiny Umbreon. So, yeah. But I feel like that would be super, super fun to have, like, a dark theater kind of energy, and then, yeah, do a dark type gym. But yeah, oh, iconic. Yeah, he really didn't age well. Oh, to have 3 older sisters. Oh, the dynamics. Oh man, Gen 1 is so nostalgic. This would be, like, the most epic place to live. Could you imagine, like, being a gym leader would be A+, actually. I know I literally had said earlier, like, I would not want to be fighting Pokemon, because I would feel really bad about that. Like, making them literally fight until they pass out is just a lot. But, like, within the context of the game, within the context of the animated, not real, no one's actually getting hurt, no animals or Pokemon were harmed in the making of this content, that kind of thing. Like, being a gym leader, I would want to be, like, the 6th gym leader. Because then you're not working as often, I feel, because there's so many other people that have to go ahead of you. So, being, like, the 6th, I feel like would be nice. And you would have a lot more leisure time, because they'd have 5 people in front of you to go and beat. And then this would be so nice. Just having, like, a big pool in your house. And I'm sure they actually make quite a bit of money, because it's all, like, government funded, right? Like, Pokemon centers are free. Gyms are free. So if it's, like, all a Pokemon World funded experience, then you'd be, like, Free rent? Free Pokemon healthcare? It's not bad. The puns. See, this is the dub is crazy. Like, actually so crazy. But, like, I love it. It's the banter, it's the ridiculous, like, changing of context and absurdity. Because everyone loves a jelly-filled donut. Maybe they don't actually make money. Certainly, I feel like an officially licensed gym would be, like, free rent, basically. Because it's basically a part of the economy within the Pokemon world, right? Because that's the whole, like, people go and do the Pokemon League, like, it's the whole thing. So I feel like if you're a gym leader, you'd at least get free rent. One of the, like, licensed 8. Or whatever. Gary has, like, 10 badges, so more than 8. But whatever. So maybe it's just that you get free lodging. And obviously Pokemon healthcare, because that's universal. But, like, do they have to do other jobs to make an income? Because they're talking about how their shows aren't bringing in as many crowds. They're stressing about it. Is it a vanity thing? Like, oh, we're not getting as many shows anymore. They're not, like, people aren't coming to watch us. Is it a money thing? Because, like, people aren't buying tickets, so therefore they're, like, losing an income? Or is it because, like, because that's really stressful. That's having 2 jobs. I mean, hustle culture, that's where we are. 2026 hustle culture. Everybody's got, like, 3 side hustles. How did they have time for all of this? They made a poster. They advertised her on TV and radio. They, like, did all of this promotional material. They've sold all of these tickets. Misty literally just... How long did it take them to walk to her hometown? Like, where were they? The power of motivated girl boss. This sister dynamic is very real. I feel like it's very real, very relatable. There's multiple different avenues of manipulation, but the, like, please, we need you, for sure. Also, we're gonna dress you up and dictate how you have to perform in this particular event, because we've told you to. Anybody else have older siblings? Togepi is a liability. Togepi needs its own personal health insurance. Accidental death and dismemberment. Although, not really, because nothing ever happens. But, like, questionable. And Pikachu needs to go back to that, like, massage therapist with all the stress that Pikachu has to deal with. Like, literally this, like, Pikachu takes on too much. The whole world is resting. Who heard of Atlas? It's literally Pikachu with the whole world on its shoulders. Pikachu needs a vacation. Oh my god, I loved the Pokemon shorts before all of the movies. Like, the one before Pokemon the first movie, the one before 2000, the one before Entei's movie. I remember those 3, and they were very good. Bring back Pokemon shorts. Okay, but this is, like, also, all of my sisters and I were, like, theater kid performers, so, like, we did do this kind of which is also really fun. Oh my gosh. Oh, what flashbacks. This is so crazy. This is the only place where I'm like, oh, Misty, you gotta get over it. This is, like, fun. Just enjoy. You get to be a mermaid. Who didn't want to be a mermaid? We all played mermaids in the little pools and stuff. Crazy. Love these 3. Super iconic. The only reason why I can't rewatch Pokemon episodes, like, super frequently or like tightly sequentially, like, I can't really binge, is because it's so repetitive and you can only handle so much Team Rocket blasting off again at a time. Because it just is, it's a lot, but iconic. And also RIP. Loved them, loved Jessie, loved Misty, also Misty, voice actress, but, like, love-hate relationship with these guys. Love them, love the theatrics. They're literally perfection. Don't like the repetition. They have little Pika to-go cups. Of course they would. Actually, that makes so much sense. They would have to have Pokemon-sized everything. That would be... That's insane. That's insane. Think about it. The smallest Pokemon would be like in the realm of like a Caterpie. Super teeny. One hand. Actually, who's the smallest Pokemon? I know the Pokemon that weighs the least is Ghastly. I don't know who the smallest Pokemon is. There's like 1,025 Pokemon now. Something in that range. But so you have like teeny tiny Pokemon. And then you have like literal god with like Arceus or like Giratina, or you have like even just like Tyranitar, which is like a common, you know, you could just anywhere in the mountains kind of find a Tyranitar, or like a Steelix. Okay. The variability of size accommodations that places would have to have, obviously they would have to stay. Obviously, like, oh, but then you'd have to have signage. There's so much. I've never thought about that, actually, not even one time until literally right this second, is how much infrastructure variability there would have to be to accommodate so many different types of Pokemon and different Pokemon needs. Bringing a Wailord to a Pokemon Center, what would you do? What would you do? Like, obviously they get healed inside their balls, like in the game, so it's fine. And I think also they get healed in their balls in the anime as well. But, like, that would be crazy. It would kind of, it's giving Zootopia. You know what I mean? Like, you would have to have, like, all of the different physical need requirements for every possibility. There would be so much planning. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. But, like, worth it. I want a Pokemon. I want a mermaid tail. I love her mermaid costume so much. So much. I want it. I want to get a silicone tail. I think it'd be so much fun. I'd go play mermaids and have a Pokemon, and it would be great. I love it. It's just so good. But yeah, for real, her costume, like, this is why I love this episode so much. Actually, maybe this is, like, the reason why I love this episode so much is because it encapsulates the things that I love. Theater, performing arts, Pokemon. The familial dynamics is very relatable. Yeah. It has a lot of things that I really enjoy in, like, depicted in this. A water performance, like, oh my god, that would be crazy. The Pokemon World technology is actually insane. I feel like we have quite a lot of it now. Like, for example, FaceTime. They had FaceTime before it ever became a real thing within our world or accessible to just daily people, like video calling. Honestly, the free healthcare, I feel like we should make that a thing everywhere. Yeah, but like a lot of their technology is really cool. And some of it's real now, which is really cool. But yeah, like this kind of a thing, I feel like would be really difficult to rig because that glass would have to be, because that's tons, literal like metric tons of water in there. So that glass would have to be so strong, and you'd have to have such strong pulley mechanisms. Like, I'm sure you could. Certainly you could. Certainly this exists in the world, I'm sure, because whatever, like, people can figure out basically anything nowadays, but, like, that would be crazy and stressful. And, it, like, if anything... Oh, yeah. But that's really cool. Look at them all. Oh my goodness. I wish that Corsola was a part of this. Obviously, Corsola didn't exist yet, but, like, could you imagine if there was more a variation of water types? So good. Starmie certainly didn't age well. I think Starmie's mega it stresses me out. I don't like it, not even a little bit. But Starmie, I love Staryu and Starmie. I love the gems. I think they're so cool. I love this component of Team Rocket. I think that this is so fun. They're so queer coded, like just entirely queer. Both of them are bisexual and both of them are gender neutral, I feel, because actually I don't really think it's played to be that subversive. I think that that's just what happens and they don't really comment on it. They don't make it a thing. I think that the comedy of it comes from the audience not expecting that, and especially at the time period that this was coming out, like this was not generally socially acceptable. I don't know in terms of Japanese culture in particular, but at least like this is watching the dub, watching this when I was a kid in Canada. This was not like expressed as normal. So it was, yeah, again, like the comedy of it was coming from a subversion of expectation that Jessie should be dressed as a woman and James should be dressed as a man. But I love that even if it was meant to be played as a comedic component, that the show doesn't treat it as a comedic component. And it's actually really beautiful how they are able to just express being, and it's the costumes that they're wearing are just a part of how they want to dress. It's not like, oh, like James is complaining about being in the tutu because, oh, he's supposed to be the man, or like, you know, it's very, they chose that. They chose what outfits they wanted to wear, and that's the comfort level for them, and that's how they want to engage in this particular dynamic with each other. Like, and I just think that that's so fantastic that it's just being naturally expressed. It's not played for anything in particular, at least in terms of execution. Again, I don't know what the intention was, but in terms of execution, it's just normalized and naturalized. And I love that, because that's how it should always be. Obviously, dress how you want to dress, because we shouldn't gender inanimate objects, and dresses are an inanimate object. And so if somebody wants to wear a dress, regardless of their gender orientation or expression, they should be able to wear a dress. And I love that it's just off they go, and it makes sense, and it's fun, and it's cute, and I love them. And this is the fun part of Team Rocket. The monotony and the repetition of the episode structure of like, oh, they try and steal Pikachu, and then they lose, and then they blast off again, and there's the repetition structure. It gets really draining because it's just the same. But Jessie and James and Meowth as a team, as characters, as like a collection of characters that we get to interact with and engage with throughout the series, I love them. I love them. I love what they represent, what they're teaching, what they stand for. Obviously not like larceny. We don't promote larceny on this channel, but in terms of like how they engage with each other, their teamwork, their dynamic with, like, it's so fun. And again, the banter, it's so good. And even though they're like the villains and they're not always healthy with each other in terms of, they do physically abuse each other sometimes. Mostly Jessie on James will hit him. But just as a whole, looking at how much they care about each other and just the team dynamic that they all have, it's really, I love it. So, yeah. I love that Jessie and James subverted the expectations of gender norm stereotyping, because they just are able to just be the character that they are and display the personality and characteristics and orientations that they are without having any commentary on it or any, like, it's not supposed to be, like, pushing a particular narrative. It doesn't push a particular ideology. It just is people existing, and that's it. They're just existing, and I love that. I gotta say, I really want that apparatus. The breathing apparatus. What do they call it? A rebreather. I want it to be real. I don't know if it's real. I should Google it. I'll see if it's real. But, like, maybe not one that small. Obviously, we have scuba diving gear. But something that's just, like, a little guy with, like, little oxygen pouches. But I don't think it would last very long. So probably... Because that would be a lot. It wouldn't be a lot of inhales. So, I don't know. But, like, something like that would be really cool. I also want to know... Well, first of all, I love the Swan Lake vibes. Obviously, James is, like, in a Swan Lake kind of tutu, and Jesse is, like, the Prince of Swan Lake kind of vibe. I love that because they're doing an underwater ballet, so they did, like, oh, it's a ballet, so we're gonna do Swan Lake because that's a really famous ballet, so I love that. But I got it, like, where did they get these costumes? Because were those costumes just, like, available there already, like... They just rummaged through the closet of the cerulean, like, previously used show costumes? Or are they... Because they have a lot of costumes and disguises in this show. So, do they just have, like, a trunk? Are they cosplayers? Do they just have a closet dedicated specifically to disguises? Or... What's going on there? Because it's just like, man, what a delight, what a convenient delight to just automatically have whatever clothing disguise costume that you're looking for just handy available for you at will. I feel like that'd be pretty fantastic. I also love their endless confidence. Like, just the audacity to constantly have undeserved confidence. I think we all need to. Well, I think some of us need to adopt a little bit more of that, and others need to adopt less of that. Certainly, this is also why the repetition is too much. It's the motto. Because the motto is going to take up about 2 minutes of the episode. Whatever the battle is, that's great. And then the blasting off again is going to take up another, like, 4 minutes of the episode. This is a 20-minute episode. So, 4 minutes of that episode, approximately, is taken up by the same repetition that happened every other episode. And that's just not that enjoyable. I mean, like, we love the Team Rocket motto. Of course we do. It's super iconic. It's a part of this charm and nostalgia and the recognition of this piece of media. But it just becomes so annoying because it's just the same thing. And it feels unnecessary. But of course it's necessary, but it's just a lot. I think they're also... I think it's... Jesse's like 17. They're like 17, right? These 17... It is crazy to think about Pokemon from that perspective. Ash is 10. Misty is 12. Brock is 14. Jesse and James are like 17. And then there's adults. But also, some of the Pokemon gyms are run by teenagers also. Where are all the adults? Where did they go? I've seen theories about, like, oh, the Great Pokemon War because Lieutenant Surge. Sure, maybe, perhaps. Obviously, Giovanni is an adult. And Koga is an adult. But Sabrina's a child. I think Erica is also a teenager. Misty is obviously a like preteen. Brock is a teenager. Lieutenant Surge is an adult. Blaine is an adult. Who did I miss? Maybe nobody. But anyways, where are all the adults? Where are the parents? These are 17-year-olds. Come get your kids. It's all the puns for me. James is like, oh my gosh, they love me. A Starmie is born. And then Meowth being like, oh, and now we're gonna do what we do best, steal the show, because they're literally trying to steal Pokemon. See, this is like, it's cringe, but it's so fun, and I actually love it. And it's just like, I don't know if this is really witty, but I'm gonna call it witty banter, and I love it. And I just think it's fun, and it's punny, and it's stupid and ridiculous, but I just adore it. Meowth is talking to Jesse and James like they would be able to hear. Certainly not. You can't One, the distance between the water and the balloon is far too great. The sound wouldn't travel down to reach them. And also, the water pressure, because like the tank is big. Like, we saw that the tank is big. The water pressure would make it impossible for you to be able to hear from even just above the water. Like, it would just, the sound would not travel. The waves of sound could not travel down to the bottom of this tank. I don't buy it. Suspension of disbelief canceled. See, that's what I'm saying. Pikachu has a little rebreather. It's so cute. But that's also, like, you would have to make the different sized things for every possible thing, right? Or, I mean, I guess, like, it just wouldn't happen. But, like, Pikachu has a tiny rebreather. And it's just so cute how they, like, accommodate Pikachu and just add, like, Pikachu's just, like, always gonna be there. So Pikachu gets a little tiny cup, a little tiny ketchup bottle, a little rebreather. It's just, I just love it. It's just so cute. That's crazy. Because who's actually intimidated by Team Rocket? Like, if 217, I mean, I guess depending on, like, how old they are. But they're also probably around the same age. Like, you know, maybe 16, 15, 16, 17. But if Team Rocket is 17 years old, are you going to be intimidated by Team Rocket? Are you going to be like, these little teeny boppers who are, like, coming up to you and being like, oh, we're so tough, we're gonna, like, mess you up. Like, we're going to tie you up and then put you in a closet. Like, really? And that was successful? But then it's like 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and 14-year-old are like constantly able to thwart them? Sounds questionable to me. Arbok's not a water type. What's going on here? Is it like a reference that some snakes can swim and be underwater? But like, you're not a water type. Questionable. Okay. At least this. It's fine, I guess. Some snakes can be in water, but toxic gas can't. Fine. I'll let it go. I'll let them have this one, but everybody only gets one. Psyduck is literally a mood. This poor guy. He's supposed to be able to breathe underwater, no? And then he just, like, panicked. Oh, he's so cute too, though. Look at how derpy. Best boy Squirtle. We stan, we love. So stoked. Pop off, Squirtle. This battle music goes so hard. It's so, like, instantaneously. Like, I feel like I could just take on the world. I don't know. It's just so good. I want this to be a mechanic in the games to, like, as soon as you level up, you evolve in combat. Like, take the pause, have the evolution, and keep going. I think that would be so epic. Like, look at this. This is so cool. And then you get to, like, oh, could you imagine it happening to it, like, a gym battle, or even at the Elite Four, which you should not have waited to the Elite Four to evolve a Pokemon, because that, you know, I just finished a BDSP redo, and Cynthia, man, her Garchomp, especially with the Yachi Berry, no thanks. I think she's probably the most difficult. Her and, like, maybe Steven, because that Metagross. But, like, yeah. Anyway, I love it. Add the mechanic. So good. I just love Dugong. I don't care. It's so cute. It just, like, I don't, like, it's a snuggly underwater cute thing. Like, who could hate this? It doesn't matter if it's boring, there is beauty in simplicity. Okay? There's beauty in simplicity, and it is not literal trash. So, I don't want to hear it. Certainly, people in the Pokemon world are built different. Certainly, they have to be. Which is why, like, I don't know, maybe it's okay that, like, obviously it's okay that they battle because this is literally a cartoon. But, like, if you're frozen solid in ice, you're dead. There's no coming back from that. Certainly not. So they're dead. They died, and then now they're dead. That's the other crazy thing too, is that they feel it. Like, they're still conscious. Like, the way that this is treated is that they're conscious in the ice, and they're able to feel that. Whereas, like, they're already frozen solid. They're dead. I don't think it would take that long if you were literally frozen solid. Pokemon people are built different. What a treat. What a treat. And Pikachu's jukebox. Oh my god. Oh, so good. What an absolute delight. Oh my goodness. Wait, which one is this? Well, I don't know. Oh, racist jinx. Crazy. Well, that was a 10 out of 10. That was fantastic. So much fun. I love Pokemon so much. I think overall it still really holds up in terms of being a show. Obviously this IP has been going for, it's literally 30 years old this year. Literally tomorrow, Friday the 27th. So clearly they did something right. Clearly they're still doing something right. And clearly it's, you know, this is timeless. It's classic. It's amazing. It's so engaging. There's so many different components of Pokemon that people can get into as well. Yeah, there's, like, obviously, like, the games, there's trading cards, there's the anime. But I feel like even just in terms of different aspects of Pokemon you can get into, yeah, you can, like, appreciate the arts, like, the art of it, the design, the Pokemon style. You can get into the battling and do, like, real competitive battling, like, in real life, and join teams and, you know, even go to, like, the World Championship. Like, there's so much to do within Pokemon, and there's so much to enjoy and love. And I am, oh, man, I really want to go to the Pokemon theme park now that's opened up, and I really want to get those Pokemon pins because I just think that they're so cool. And I would really want Articuno, Vulpix, and Squirtle, and Eevee. But, like, honestly, so many of them. But yeah, it's so good. It's still, I think it still holds up 100%. I would watch this again. It just, the only thing with it, like I had already mentioned, is the repetition is a lot. So it's really hard to, like, you cannot possibly binge this show because Team Rocket just really get tedious, I feel. But that's also a personal preference for me, is it does get really tedious. But yeah. Yeah. It's just, you know. But overall, though, man, Pokemon is so good. And I think it's so worth it to still engage with and enjoy. And yeah, I really had fun with this one. I love it a lot. And I'm really excited to see what Gen 10 is going to be like. I'm really excited to see what Pokemon Presents is like on Friday. So we only have one more day to wait, and I just am so stoked. Yeah, and I'm excited to play Fire Red and Leaf Green again on the Switch because I just feel like, it's going to be fantastic. I'm certainly going to get Leaf Green because I looked at the exclusives already, and I want Vulpix and Staryu. And those were sort of it was really tough, though. It was really tough. Because Arcanine is fantastic, and also I love the Oddish line rather than the Bellsprout line. And I also love Electabuzz more than Magmar. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a hard decision, but certainly Leaf Green is the one that I'm going to be getting. So I'm very excited. But yeah, oh, man, so good. Let me know in the comments which starter was your very first starter of all time, whether you picked based on watching the anime or playing the games, or if you ended up getting a starter in a Pokemon cards pack, whatever was your first starter. Let me know what your first starter was. Mine was Squirtle. Still love Squirtle. So excited to get Leaf Green and be Squirtle. Like, pick Squirtle again because it's gonna be full circle. It's gonna feel really, it's just gonna be fantastic. So certainly Squirtle was my first, and I even picked my glasses today being Squirtle with the blue, and then thinking about this as like Squirtle's shell. So we're on theme today. But yeah, no, so good. If you enjoyed this episode, consider giving a like and subscribing to continue joining us on all of our adventures. But with that, thank you so much, Pokemon, for 30 fantastic years of adventures. And thank you all so much for watching. Everything with love, and we'll see you next time in the treasure trove. Bye.